Okay, Marissa. So the story that we are going to deal with is titled The Regimental Mina, written by Ruskin Bond. Yes. Do you remember Ruskin Bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Grandpa fights an ostrich.
Oh, even the title you remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Grandma
Story
climbs
Good memory, good memory. Grandpa and grandma, you will never forget,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Grandpa and
Grandpa.
grandma.
Grandpa fights
Yes.
an ostrich.
Grandma
Grandma climbs a tree.
Yes. Grandpa fights an ostrich on one side, and on the other side, grandma is climbing the tree.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Last year, we studied one fantastic short story and very interesting poem by Ruskin Bond. So you don't need much introduction about Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond is a quite familiar character to you. Yeah, a writer to you. So now you tell me.
Author who writes for children.
Yes. You tell me what else you remember about Ruskin Bond, one by one.
Ma'am,
Yes,
author
Eva?
who for children.
Yes. A writer who mainly writes for children. Okay. Steve?
India author. Indian author.
He's an Indian author. Purely Indian?
British Indian.
British Indian author.
He's an Indian author with British descent.
British.
Okay. His family origin is British. Okay. Anglo-Indian writer. Yes. Anglo-Indian writer. Then, next. What else do you remember about Ruskin Bond?
Ma'am, I remember.
Yes, Devika?
Ma'am, something like the room on the roof.
Yes, the room on the roof. Very good. What is the peculiarity of that work?
That was his first.
Yes, Urza, you're very correct. That was his first novel, first work written by him. And how old was he at that time?
Ma'am, he was 17.
16 or 17?
Ma'am,
17.
17.
17.
Yes.
I think I too forgot that.
Because the book was published in 1956.
Yes, Room on the Roof is the first work written by him. And yeah, probably he'll be 17 years old. I don't remember exactly. You have to check it out, okay? All right. Then, what else do you remember about Ruskin Bond?
Ma'am, he did not die.
He's still alive. Okay. Rather than saying that, ma'am, he did not die, you can say that he's still alive. All right. Make it positive. Yeah. Then,
The Blue Umbrella.
yes, another work by him is The Blue Umbrella. Very good, Mr. Good memory.
Ma'am, how to be a writer.
How to be a writer. Has he written any book like that? Amaya? Yes? Okay, I'm not sure. I'll check it out. Okay, maybe you're correct. Yes. Yes. Then.
Cherry Tree.
Yes, some of his works, Cherry Tree, Grandpa Fights an Ostrich, yeah, then Blue Umbrella, Room on the Roof. Yes, Ria?
The Panda's room. Grandma climbs the tree. And grandma climbs a tree.
Yes, yes. Okay, okay. Thank you so much for sharing your memory with me. Okay, you have good memory. Well done, children. So let's go through the pictures and the details once again. You are already familiar with the author, but still. Okay, so here you have the portrait of Ruskin Bond, who is an Indian English writer. He's an Anglo-Indian because his family origin is basically a British one. Okay. Yes. He was born in the year 1934 and his own place is in Himachal Pradesh. He is an Indian writer of British descent and he is a prolific and powerful writer and he has written various works. And we can classify these works into different categories like short stories, essays, novels, and children's books.
30 minutes is. Excuse
Yes,
me,
please.
ma'am, I'm drawing just
Yes,
now. What is the name of the chapter?
The Regimental Mina.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now, in this slide, you can see the awards that he has received. Sahitya Academy Award in 1992. Please make a note of it. Maybe you will have the notes, but still, okay, just quickly scribble down in the textbook itself. Sahitya Academy Award in 1992 for his famous work, Trees Still Grow in Dera. Okay, the work which was published in English. And he was awarded the Padma Shri in 1999 and Padma Bhushan in 2014. So he has received major awards for his contribution to literature. And here we find the style of his writing. He mainly stressed on the local elements of Himalayas in his writings. And in order to make the readers understand the landscape and characters, he has used typical vocabularies or words so that the readers will really understand the background in which that story is written. Replete with unassuming humor and quiet wisdom, the stories manifest a deep love for nature and children. If you have read the story, The Cherry Tree, it is one such example. The story actually portrays the love that a child has for the nature and the tree that he has already. Yes, you have read it already? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a very good story that tells about a child's bonding with the tree with a plant that he has already planted, and once it grow into a huge cherry tree. Okay. So if you get a chance, grab some books written by Ruskin Bond. And here you have some cover pages of the books written by him. The Blue Umbrella, which you have already mentioned. The second one is The Tree Lover. The third one is Looking for the Rainbow. Then the fourth one, Cricket for the Crocodile. Then the next one is When the Night Falls. And another one is The Day Grandfather Tickled a Tiger. The title seems so strange, right? How can we tickle a tiger? Impossible. But still, at least through the story, maybe we'll be able to. Anyway, Grandfather Tickled, The Day Grandfather Tickled a Tiger. And here you can see, the cover pages of some other works put all together. The Cherry Tree, Susanna's 7 Husbands, The Night Train at Deoli, Time Stops at Shamli, and so on. So he is a master creator of wonderful short stories. And undoubtedly, we can say that almost all his works are really enjoyable. And the story that we are going to deal with today is another, heart-touching story, a story that kind of bonding that takes place between a bird and the author's grandfather. And the title is The Regimental Myna. Okay, how many of you have pet animals or birds at home?
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I have a bird.
Risa,
Ma'am, I have a bird.
Ayan,
I have a cat.
Meya, Devika, Geetika, Sri Lakshmi. Okay, most of you have.
My all pets are died.
Oh, okay. So I'm not going into detail. I know that you all take care of your pet animals very well. You treat them very well. Am I right? Yes, you do. Okay. So naturally, a close bonding will come between you and your pet animal. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
And when you leave them, suppose if you're going for a journey or for a trip and if you leave them behind, you'll be very, very sad. Am I right? Yes. Sometimes you may ask your neighbors to take care of them for quite a few days or maybe for a week and all. Yes. So just like with human beings, we do always share a good bonding with animals or birds as well, especially if we are treating them as our own, as pets. Okay, so this is another wonderful story that tells us about a bonding that happens between a bird and the author's grandfather. Okay, so let's get started. Before we begin, you can see a warm-up question there. Okay, I'm not going to make you do it now, but you have to do it as a homework. And when you come in the next class, definitely we'll discuss it. Okay, so let's go through that question now. How much do you love your pet? What all would you be willing to do for it? You have to answer to these 2 questions in 3 or 4 sentences. Okay. And then the next one is the activity. Here is a cartoon of a woman with a pet cat she loves. Work in pairs and fill up the speech bubbles. Don't be afraid to be a little funny. Of course, if you were in classroom, you would have produced magic, I know, because it is given as pair work. When you sit with your friends, your imagination will work much more better, I guess. But now, at this point of time, it's not possible. You are sitting individually at home and in a room. So you have to think on yourself and you have to come up with some funny sentences. Okay. So by looking at the picture, it's quite evident that these people are there in the restaurant. Yes, they are in the restaurant. So now it's your turn to write some funny dialogues for the lady, for the cat, as well as for the waiter. I hope you will make it ready for next class. Yes? Yes. Vrissa is the one who likes to imagine a lot. So she is very, very happy to do that. All right. Okay, Devaganga, are you there? So let's get started with our story, The Regimental Myna. Shall we discuss a little bit about the title?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
The Regimental Myna. Do you find the title a bit strange?
Yes.
Yes. What do you mean by regiment? Regiment.
Regiment means like ma'am, I don't know whether it's correct, but
Yes, Steve.
I somewhere
One second, Smriti. Steve, what do you mean by regiment?
a large group of soldiers.
Large group of soldiers. It's there in the textbook, right? Yes.
Before
Before looking into textbook, did you know the meaning of regiment?
No, ma'am.
No. I think Smriti might have heard. Yeah.
Ma'am,
Okay.
I heard it, but I was not sure of the meaning.
Not sure. Okay. So regiment means a large group of soldiers. So how can a Myna become a part of a regiment? That's the question. How can a Myna become a part of regiment?
Maybe the Myna belongs to one of the soldiers and all the soldiers love it or cares for it. Something like that.
Maybe. Let's see how is it. Have you all seen Myna?
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes.
I come near my house.
It is quite common in our premises, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes. What is the color combination of Myna?
Brownish yellow. Brown and black.
Yes. Combination of 3 colors, black, brown, and yellow. It's a very small bird and cute looking, isn't it not?
Excuse me, ma'am. Myna
We
means
find
sparrow.
in our premises. Yeah? Yes, Seba?
Ma'am, is Myna means sparrow?
No. Sparrow is different. Sparrow is different. Myna is different. Okay, cuckoo is different. So this is the bird that we are going to discuss. Okay. So look at Myna. Very cute in looking. A color combination of 3 different colors. It has got a small yellow colored beak. And the head, the major portion is black in color. And the body, the color of the body is brown. Okay.
Brown.
So this is a bird which is quite common in our premises. It's found in India, Pakistan, as well as in Bangladesh.
Excuse
Okay.
me, ma'am.
And
Ma'am,
yes,
in the slide which you show, the Myna spelling was like MynaH.
yes,
But in the text, it's like Myna.
yes. Both the spellings are correct. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Both the spellings are correct. H is normally we do not use it. Okay. That is why Myna. That her sound is there already. Myna. Okay. That is why H is written.
Okay, ma'am.
Somebody wrote something in the chat box. What's that? Huh?
Ma'am.
Devaganga. Yeah, Kerala people think old. It's bad luck. that is a kind of superstition, I would say. Actually,
Yes,
there is nothing wrong if we find. Normally, we find it in pair. This bird is seen in pair.
Yes,
too.
ma'am.
Okay, but we do have a wrong assumption that if we see a single Myna, it will be a bad luck for us. And if we
Ma'am,
see
I heard
2
that
Mynas
we-
together,
Wait.
yeah, am I right?
Yes, ma'am. If we
Yes,
see
yes,
odd
yes.
Mynas.
So that superstition is transformed to younger generation also. You also believe the same. Anyway, forget about it. Okay.
No,
So normally,
Ma'am.
Anyway, we can't rely upon it completely. Normally, we find these birds in pair. Okay. And look at this image. Have you seen this type of myna?
No, ma'am, never.
No. This is another variety of myna. Okay. Look at his color. So beautiful, right?
Yes,
White
white
and
and
blue.
Blue
And
and
blue.
all
See,
white.
the part of eye is blue in color and the remaining is white.
white.
Fantastic. Yeah. All right. Okay. So the picture which I showed you earlier is the main character in our story. Okay. Myna, tricolored combination. Yeah. So look at your textbook, all of you. Page number 62. The Regimental Myna, written by Ruskin Bond. So all of you just pay attention. Anytime I can stop and make you read. Okay. So concentrate. In my grandfather's time, British soldiers working in India were very fond of keeping pets. And there were very few barrack rooms where pets were not to be found. Dogs and cats were the most common, but birds were also great favorites. So tell me, who is the narrator of the story?
I'm Ruskin.
Grandfather. No, the
Grandfather or Ruskin
Grandson.
Bond?
Ruskin Bond.
Ruskin Bond.
Yes, Ruskin Bond. Okay, so he is focusing on his grandfather. Okay, so the story is narrated and it is based on one of the experiences, real life experiences of his grandfather. So while his grandfather was working as a soldier among us, the British soldiers, he says that these soldiers were very fond of keeping pets. You know that soldiers' life is not an easy one. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Their life is really risky.
Yes, ma'am.
Anytime they can leave this world. Such a risky life they do live.
They will die.
And it's all for our safe and security. Yes. They guard the entire nation, risking their life. So Ruskin Bond says that during the time of his grandfather, British soldiers in India were very fond of keeping pets. And there were very few barrack rooms where pets were not to be found. Barrack rooms. Have you heard about barrack rooms? You might be familiar with the living room, bedroom, guest room, sitting room, and all these rooms. What barrack rooms are you familiar with? Yes,
No,
Risa?
Ma'am, is it a dormitory?
Yes, a kind of dormitory. Okay, dormitory. I'll show you some images of barrack rooms. Okay. The pictures might not be that clear, but I hope you can see it almost somewhat. Okay. Yes. Okay, barrack rooms. Barracks are the group of buildings where soldiers stay. And their rooms are known as barrack rooms. So here it's almost a kind of dormitory. Okay, you can see that it's a huge hall where a cot and a bed will be provided to each soldier. Okay, it's like a kind of, a dormitory in the hostel. So they have a separate space for keeping their belongings. You can see that their, suitcase and all is kept. Okay, a dormitory. This is what you call as barrack room. So all these soldiers were so fond of keeping pets in their barrack rooms. And mostly they kept dogs and cats as their pets. But birds were also great favorites. In one instance, Risa, continue reading.
Okay, ma'am. In one instance, a bird was not only the pet of a barrack room, but of a whole regiment. His owner was my grandfather, Private Bond, a soldier who had come out to India with the British Army. The bird was a myna, common enough in India, and grandfather named him Dickens after his favorite author.
Okay, thank you, Risa.
Thank you.
You have to pause in between, okay? Just take a gap. All right. In one instance, a bird was not only the pet of a barrack room, but of a whole regiment. So normally, suppose those who have stayed in the hostel, you might know, whoever belongs to our room, we are very much attached with. Am I right? If you belong to one particular class, you're very much attached to your friends in that class rather than keeping in touch with the students of other sections. Am I right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
it's just the same when you stay in the hostel or when you stay in the dormitory or when you stay in the barrack rooms. So here, bird was not only the pet of a barrack room, not only the pet of one single room, but it was a favorite for the entire regiment. Entire regiment means the entire group of soldiers. His honor was my grandfather, Private Bond, a soldier who had come out to India with the British Army. So who was the honor of this pet bird? The honor was
Grandfather.
Devika. Who's the honor?
Ruskin Bond's grandfather.
Yes, Ruskin Bond's grandfather, Private Bond, who was a soldier. The bird was a myna. So now we come to know what type of a bird is that. It's not a sparrow, it's not a cuckoo, but the bird is myna. Common enough in India, and grandfather named him Dickens after his favorite author. What's the name of myna? Dickens. Do you all give names for your pet animals?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you do. You do give names. Can I hear the funny names that you have given?
Ma'am, Candy.
Candy. Yes.
Candy.
Okay, Candy. Amaya's pet animal is Candy.
Once had a pet cat, but it passed away, and I named it Katu after a animated,
Okay,
it's a
Katu.
cartoon.
Okay, Steve.
Lucky.
Pardon? Lucky. Lucky. Oh, Lucky. Seba.
Ma'am, Bella, I have a cat.
Bella. Oh my goodness. Okay, very nice to hear the names. All right. So here, grandfather named his pet bird as Dickens, and there is one reason. What's the reason that? Gitika, what is the reason why he named his pet bird as Dickens?
He named it after his favorite author.
Yes, he gave the name to his pet bird Myna as Dickens because he was very much inspired by Charles Dickens' writings. How many of you have read about Charles Dickens' works? Have you read any stories by Charles Dickens?
Ma'am, I have
Read about
Yes, Nia.
Ma'am,
Nia?
Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist. Okay, good. Next. Anybody else? Are you familiar with any of the works written by Charles Dickens? Do you know his original name? Means actual name, full name?
No.
Charles John Huffam Dickens. That is his actual name. Okay.
okay, ma'am.
Charles John Huffam Dickens is the actual name of Charles Dickens. So we have taken the first name and the last name and we have made it shortened, Charles Dickens. And he is an author of many of the classic novels like Oliver Twist.
Peter Pan.
No. Okay, thank you, Ayan, for your response. Oliver Twist, then David Copperfield, Great Expectations, The Tale of Two Cities.
Ma'am, I have read David Copperfield.
And yes.
Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas Carol, very good, Amaya. So these are some of the classic works written by
a chapter in our
Charles
class.
Dickens.
Ma'am, we were in our 5th standard. We had a small.
There was a chapter in English literature.
David Copperfield. Yeah?
Yes, ma'am. We had a small class.
And you only said that you're not familiar with. Why don't you recall? Why don't you recollect the names? See?
We all read about
You should not forget this. You should not forget this. Okay.
Ma'am,
We
there's a
need it when
movie.
we go to higher class.
And
Yes.
there's a movie.
Some of
David
the novels
Copperfield.
has been converted into movie as well. So yeah, come to the point. Okay, so this bird, Myna, was named after grandfather's favorite author, Charles Dickens. Dickens came into grandfather's possession when quite young, and he was soon a favorite with all the men in the barracks at Meerut. where the regiment was stationed. So this bird came into grandfather's possession. Grandfather owned this bird when it was very young. When we get something very young, it's very really cute and really good to look after, right? Just imagine that you have got a small kitten. Oh, very cute, and you can play with the kitten and you can tame it very easily. What about a puppy? Same.
It's also very cute.
Yes. So little ones are really cute. So this bird also came into grandfather's possession when it was very young. And all the men liked this bird very much. And it became soon a favorite for the entire regiment. Meerut was hot and dusty. The curries were hot and spicy. The general in command was hot-tempered and crusty. Keeping a pet was almost the only recreation for the men in the barracks. So where is the story set? You tell me. The story is set in which place?
Meerut.
In Meerut. Where is Meerut situated?
No idea, ma'am.
North India or South India?
Ma'am, most probably
North India.
North India.
Yes, it's in North India. North India. And any guess in which state it is?
Rajasthan or Maharashtra or
Pakistan. Pakistan is another country.
Rajasthan or Maharashtra.
Rajasthan or Maharashtra?
Yes, ma'am.
No. It's okay. Thank you, Marisa. Yes, yes, Anna. Uttar Pradesh. Yes. Meerut is situated in Uttar Pradesh, northern part of India. Okay. So Meerut is a place which is very hot. The climate is not so favorable. Okay. So Meerut was hot and dusty. The ambience, dusty ambience. Okay. And the curries were hot and spicy. Sometimes if you have traveled out of state, you may know the taste difference.
Yes, ma'am.
The delicacies will be different. The food items served in each state will be different. So the people used to eat a lot of spicy items. The people who belonged to Meerut, they used to eat a lot of spicy items. And general in command was hot-tempered and crusty. Who is general in command?
The leader.
The one, yeah, leader. He's the one who holds a high position in the army. He was a short-tempered person. He gets angry very easily. Okay, and irritable. And keeping a pet was almost the only recreation for the men in the barracks. Okay, so that is enough for today. Quickly go through these paragraphs. We have done just very little. Quickly go through. Yes.
I do not understand the part like the only recreation.
Yes, the only recreation. That's what I told. The soldiers' life, it's not so easy. Their life is almost a risk-taking factor. Their life always consists of a risk-taking factor. Anytime the war can happen, and they have to be in the war ground. Okay, so they don't have much kind of entertainments or recreation. For example, if we get bored, we can search in the Google, we can listen to the music, we can do any kind of activities as we want. But for soldiers, they have a lot of restrictions. They cannot even contact their families often. They can't write letters. Maybe after months, they make a phone call to their family, or after a month, many months, they write letter to their family members. They have a lot of restrictions. And the reason why they have been prohibited in doing so is because if they contact their family members, they become emotional. They become emotional and they feel like going back to their home. So just to restrain them from getting emotional, they have been, restricted from all these things. Okay, so no kind of entertainment were provided to them. No kind of leisure activities were given to them, but they were allowed to keep pets. And, they mingle with pets and they spend some time with the pets. And that was the kind of the recreation that they had. Is it clear, Marisa?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, so I would recommend you to read these paragraphs 2 or 3 times, okay? And frame objective type of questions for next class. Okay, so 2 homeworks. One is this activity. You have to fill these bubbles. come up with some funny dialogues for the cat, for the lady, and also for the waiter. And from these 3 paragraphs which we have done today, you have to frame as many objective questions as possible.
Okay, ma'am.
All right?
Okay.
Minimum 5,
Okay.
maximum as you wish. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll continue in the next class. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.